it. And today we are going to be very practical. We are going to be very, very honest. Everything you are going to be hearing is based on research and is also faith-friendly because I am a child of God and I am a teacher of the Word of God. And then I want you to please stay tuned and we will unravel a lot of things. I am very sure that by the time you are done from this meeting, we'll be answering most of your questions. Just mute yourself. You don't even have to drop any message, but if anything comes to mind, leave it on the comment section, and then we are going to look at it towards the break or towards the end of the session. So I just want you to pay very, very keen attention to our discussion this evening, and make sure you stay till the end because I have a gift for you. I have something amazing I'm going to share with you that will help you know if you are on the right path in that relationship where you are already. If you are aligning with your partner, if certain questions, certain discussions you are supposed to have. So the guide I'm going to share with you will help you know if you have already had those conversations or not. Okay? So let me ask you a question. Many of us knows that maybe we haven't been able to build houses, but the truth is, for anyone who is here, we are all living in houses. Imagine if you are building a beautiful house. You hire the best architects, you are using the finest material, you have spent your life savings, and this house, you want it to be very, very beautiful. You know, and then in the next 6 months, of putting all this investment together to create an amazing edifice that you are, you know, your dream house. And this house, after 6 months of building it, you started noticing cracks. You started noticing that the walls are breaking and, you know, something is happening on the ground, on the tiles, things are breaking. How will you feel? How will you feel? Let me know, because the truth is, nobody wants to have that experience. Imagine if you have invested everything you have in building a house, everything, and you have been able to achieve a dream kind of house, and this happens. Sincerely, is a very big loss. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that your architect is not a professional. It doesn't mean that the materials are not right. The truth is, the foundation is what is wrong. The foundation is the issue, is the major issue here. And that is what happens in most of our relationships, because most couples focus on the visible things. You focus on the fittings. You focus on the kind of house you want to build. Focus on the outward appearances, without taking time to give it a befitting, solid foundation. That is what happens to many of us. We are just interested in the fact that we are of age and we are in relationship. Just get married. That was it. That was it for me. We are of age. So we didn't even have to look at some of the foundational things that really matter. Or probably I wasn't privileged to have that kind of guide. Unlike you today, you are very, 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 very privileged. So let us examine the foundation of when it comes to marriage and marriage relationship. Let's look at the foundation. You would agree with me that whether all of us, we came from a family, we have families that gave birth to us. We have families that have been guiding us ever since. Some of us are not happy or maybe going through certain things because of the family we came from. So the truth is that whether you like it or not, if you are 20 today, you are definitely going to be 30 years very soon. You will be 40, 50, 80, and you become somebody's foundation. So that is the truth. And I want you to know that you are not just learning today for yourself, you are learning for your children, children, and even generations unborn that will rely on the decision you will make today. Now, what if I tell you that the biggest threat to your future marriage is not cheating? A lot of us are so scared. So many of us, cheating is our deal breaker. So many of us cannot even tolerate it for one bit. But the truth is, it is not cheating that is the biggest threat. I mean, it's not even finance. And it is not even poverty. It is not poor communication. It is not something that, it's not the outward appearances. It is not. It is actually something you have never noticed. Something you have never paid attention. You've never imagined. Nobody goes into marriage planning for, marriage that will break. I remember when I mentored, this couple have been like, the is a pastor, actually, a pastor that I have known for years. And then a very young guy, very promising. In fact, if I even call name, you might know him. And then when he wanted to get married, he came to me that he wants me to prepare them for marriage in terms of premarital counseling. But what happened along the line, when we started, we didn't even have, I think it was just 2 classes that we had. In the first session, they were all about how they fell in love, how God has told him, how God has given him mandate that this is his wife and everything. And then I said, wow, that's amazing. If you truly got that kind of clarity from God that this is your wife, then what are we here? What exactly is the fear? There is no fear. And the pastor said, yes. I told them that there is need, even though that you have this all this confirmed, that there is need for us to go ahead and take time to prepare the 2 of you, look at your whatever, where you are coming from and who you are, so that we can be able to design a future for the 2 of you. He was reluctant, but yes, he said, just give us this thing, give us a certificate, let's move on. We already know. I said, calm down, sir. Calm down, sir. And then I was able to convince him and we started. So we did the first class. The first class was beautiful. It was just all about how they met and everything. By the second class, we were just starting the whole thing. And they ended the class. They didn't come back. I didn't see them. And that was it. They invited me for their wedding. I attended. I keep on letting him know that there is a vacuum you people are leaving behind. 1 year down the line, the marriage they have separated. Everyone have gone their separate ways. But the truth is, the pain of what they have gone through within that 1 year is something that can be compared to the pain of 10 years. The emotional trauma, the difficulty, the challenge, the accepting the reality that this cannot work, the impact on his ministry, the impact on the girl's life as well. It's really, really something that I can't explain. And in fact, when it happened, when they started having issues, he couldn't tell me. He couldn't talk to me because of shame. I had to find out in one way or the other. So nobody plans to have a difficult marriage, but there are certain things that when you are not able to take care of them, these things tend to happen. No one has ever planned for emotional distance. Nobody plans for resentment. Nobody plans for silent treatment. Nobody plans for financial battles. Nobody. But because they did not prepare for a love that lasts, for a relationship that lasts, they are definitely going to have issue. Why will you be listening to me? My name is Adobe, like I said, Counselor Mrs. Adobe Ketebelo, and I'm a marriage and family therapist, a trauma support counselor, family life practitioner. With years of experience, I've prepared over 40 couples who are purposeful in their marriage and enjoying friendship. And I've worked with dozens of couples through self-awareness, people who are married and going through marital challenges. And I've worked with over 200 young singles who are on their path of healing and self-discovery. This is something I really love, and that is why I'm happy that you are here. I run Mending Roots Counseling Services, Nigeria. Now, the truth is, the real problem is not choosing the wrong person. We have all the chats, we were engaging on all the pools. It is not about choosing the wrong person. So truly, because the wrong person can be anybody. It is bringing unresolved trauma. It is bringing unresolved trauma, unresolved pattern, unresolved past into that relationship. When you bring unresolved patterns into that relationship, that is the main thing. Because the truth is, I don't believe that God created one person. Yes, there are soul ties and soulmates, but anybody who is able to solve certain problems for themselves can actually make you happy in marriage. Anyone who is able to tick certain boxes can make you happy in marriage. So it's not about whether you chose the wrong person or you chose the person who is not ambitious. What is that person's past? Unresolved patterns, the family background and everything. What is it like? What is it like? That's the question I'm going to ask. I want you to be thinking about. The truth is that most of the time, what we see in when there are issues, when there are challenges in marriage, what we see is arguments about money, arguments about sex, arguments about children, arguments about family, trust, whether you love me or you don't love me. Those are some of the things that we see. Those are some of the things that we see. But the major issue that is deep down that we don't see is family patterns, trauma, expectations, identity, beliefs. Some of these things are some of the major issues that are beneath and inform whatever decision, whatever life we are having as a married couple. Family pattern, trauma, expectations, identity, and belief. And you can't tell me that there is any marriage that is going through challenges today that when you start probing, these issues will not surface. When you start probing, I'm not talking of going for advice giving. When we work with you as professionals, we dig deep into these things and we're able to find out the major cause, the root of this challenge. You see, love is a beautiful thing and love matters, is very essential. But love by itself on its own is not enough. Is never enough. It is never enough, because if you fail to prepare, you are planning to fail. Love is beautiful. I am not arguing that. A lot of people will tell you they are in love and they have nothing to lose. They are this and that. But the truth is, love on its own cannot sustain your relationship. Love on its own cannot heal emotional wounds. Love on its own cannot rewrite or unwrite some of the unhealthy patterns you have learned while you are growing up. Love cannot heal wounds that upbringing, past relationships have caused and inflicted on you. So it can only attract the two of you. It can help you to see and feel for each other. But what will now sustain that relationship is proper preparation. Proper preparation. Because if you have a driver's license, it doesn't mean that you know how to drive. Think about it. The fact that you have a driver's license doesn't mean you know how to drive. So the fact that you are in love doesn't mean that you are all equipped and prepared for that relationship that you really want. So certain things that smart couples do differently, right? Certain things that smart couples do differently. Some people that are reactive to love, who are hoping that love is enough. On the other side, the people who are intentional They go ahead to prepare before the problem arises. But on the other side, people who love who feel that love is enough, they learn through pain, trial and error. People like me, I thought that love was enough. I thought that, yes, being in love was everything there is to be able to have a happy marriage. I have now learned through painful trial and error. I have now learned, including that pastor and so many couples who have come into my therapy room, they are now learning through painful trial and error. They wish that someone was able to inform them and held their hands to be able to prepare right for these things. But as a single person, you won't understand. As someone who is in a relationship, you won't understand. It may be looking like we are trying to paint something that is not in existence. Love can only attract the two of you, but love cannot sustain. Intentional couples tend to understand themselves, understand each other. They tend to understand, like, I am going to understand myself before even understanding or attempting to understand my partner. But the other people who are on the other side, they tend to address problems after the crises have happened. By that time, there are emotional crises, there are pain, there are difficulties. Some things have been lost. But intentional couple build skills proactively. They seek guidance early enough. I don't know which of these ones you are. Are you a reactive couple or you are an intentional couple? You can leave me a message quickly which one are you? Do you want to be a reactive couple or you want to be intentional? Yes? Yes? Let me know. Which one are you? Let me know. I am going to be intentional forever. In everything, I just want to be intentional because intentionality is what runs the race. Intentionality is what helps you in parenting, in marriage, in building a family of your dream. I choose to be intentional. Nobody can even tell me anything. So what are we going to learn today? Right? Look at your screen. We are going to learn how to build a healthy marriage. Remember that why we are here is to understand the 3 blind spots. Those 3 things that smart couples don't see. Those smart people who feel that they are very much in love, they cannot. You cannot. There is nothing you are telling me, counselor. There is nothing you are telling me, mommy. And there is nothing you are telling me, daddy. I love this person. Look at the 3 things that can harm your relationship. 3 key hidden blind spots that many people may not even think about. Family patterns. Past hurts. It can be from your childhood. It can be from your single, before you even get into the marriage. It could be from other relationships that are not even from opposite sex. Hidden expectations. You see these 3 things. The assumption we carry about roles, relationship, money, and life together. These 3 key things, from my own very experience, are very, very key. We're going to examine them. We're going to look at how these things can affect our relationship. Because the truth is, when you are aware, you are able to create understanding. And when you understand, you create intentionality. You create intention. And when you are intentional, you will now create a lasting marriage. You will create a legacy kind of family. And the best time to talk about this is now that you are not married yet. It is not when you have spent 10 years in the marriage in pain, in emotional turmoil. No, I have been there. I have been married for over 15 years and I know what it is like. So I am so passionate about helping young people avoid some of the things that I have experienced myself. Okay? So I need you to be aware. Then if you are aware and you say, okay, I'm choosing this path, This is what I want to choose. Then you will now know that this is what you are doing to yourself. This is what you are doing to yourself. Okay? All right. Which foundation are you building your relationship on? Answer me. Many of us are in relationship today. Let me know, which foundation are you building your relationship on? Which foundation are you building your relationship on? Is it on love or on love plus preparation? Is it on love or love and preparation? Let me know. Can you still see my screen? Beautiful. Can you still see my slide? What's going on? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't even know. I think network took it off. All right. So tell me, which of, you can see it now? Can you see my screen now? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can still alert anyone that needs to be in this room. You can still alert anyone that needs to be in this room, because what we are talking about today is a key thing. This is the foundation of what all of us are on. When we understand and get it right, even our society tends to change when the family is good. When your marriage, when your family is where it is supposed to be, when two people who are informed, when two people who are knowledgeable, when two people who are prepared are in marriage, they are definitely going to raise children who are well equipped. And these children, because marriage is legacy, I'm telling you, if your forefathers did well, if they did well in marriage and were able to pass it down to your parents, and they equally carried it on to you, I don't think our society will be going through what we are going through. Do you agree with me? Marriage is a legacy. In fact, it is a major thing. It is the key aspect of every society. You see, family. In family system, in our family system engineering, we regard family as a nation. As a nation that have its own powerful culture, belief system, everything, identity. If your parents were able to pass to you a marriage that they enjoyed, I'm telling you, if you are able to successively transfer it to your children, there are so many things that would be different from your generation. So, which foundation are you building your relationship on? Love or love and preparation? Let me know. Yes, Salome said love and preparation. Amazing. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. So, many of us, I'm sure that I don't even want to have such people. I don't think I have such people in this room. People who are just building on love alone. I don't think they are here. I don't think they are here. But I'm still looking for that person who is building on only love. I would really want to see who wants to argue that love alone is capable. Yes, I want to see that person who feel that love alone is enough to sustain marital happiness, marital fulfillment. I want to see the person. Okay, amazing. All right, so we move on to thank you very much. Everyone is saying that love and preparation is the most important thing. Love and preparation is the most important thing that we need. Okay, now that we are all on the same page, majority of us who responded, now that we are all on the same page, right? I want you to recognize the blind spot that silently shape relationship. That's what we are going to be seeing. I mean, that's what I want you to focus on. Pay attention to your own life, where you are, how this blind spot has affected you so far. You see, when people go through relationship break and quench, it's not because they are choosing the wrong person. Something inside of them is even not sound enough. Is already an error and is faulty and needs to be attended to. Because it's not because you are attracting the wrong person. No, something inside of you. So I need you to pay attention to our discussion. The first one is that you are going to pay attention to those blind spots that we have already talked about, that are silently shaping relationships. You also need to understand how they influence communication, conflict, and finances. And you will know practical next steps to build a stronger foundation before marriage. All right? I hope we are still together. I hope you can still hear me. Please let me know if you can still hear me, if I am still clear. I don't want to be alone in this class, please. I can't be talking to myself. Can you still hear me before we go to the first blind spot? Okay, thank you very much, Stanley. Thank you, everyone. Amazing. Okay, so the first blind spot is that you didn't just inherit your family name. You inherited the family patterns. So many of us, we inherited arguments. We inherited our family ways of resolving conflict. We inherited our family ways of handling money. We inherited in one way or the other, even though your parents didn't, they didn't sit you down to tell you all of these things. They didn't sit you down, but you will agree with me that every one of us learn powerfully. In fact, when you want to teach a child, you don't need to sit that child down to be teaching them, to be explaining to them, you know, just be doing that thing. Be a careless mother. Be a father that comes very late. Be a mother that is always, you know, using vulgar words. And I tell you, your children are definitely going to be your carbon copy, whether you like it or not. So you are not just inheriting your family name, you are also inheriting every of those patterns, every of those behaviors that you see them behave, you see happening in your life. And the same way, you're also going to transfer it to your children if care is not taken. If you didn't pay attention to these patterns, diagnose them, bring them out, and deliberately crucify them by making a different kind of turn, working on them. Okay? So, the family, which I call the nation, like we have explained before, that you came from, is still in the room. Because every family leaves an imprint, leaves understanding our roots. Understanding our roots helps us to build a stronger future together. So if whatever it is that your parents had put inside of you, background, upbringing, maybe not your parents, for those of us that happen to leave our parents early in life, it may not even be your parents, the upbringing, the people that nurtured you. If everything that you have learned from them, those things are what you are living as an individual, as a person today, whether you know it or not, whether you are aware or not. The truth is, those things have great influence on who you are, who you will become. If they are good, they're definitely going to tell in your life. For those parents who were able to instill discipline, self-control in their children, you will see them. You will also see their children living their life. Manage financial management, saving, investment. You will see their children living their life. These things are invisible, yet they are there. So some of those lessons that our parents were living and they're living out their own life, doing their own thing, without even knowing how much these things go in our life. They are there. Whether the good one or the bad one, they are still in your life. And when you understand these things, it helps you to be able to know what you can break out from, what you can even strengthen, what you can now take, maybe dust a little bit and make it even finer. Those are the things you need to pay attention to. Who am I? What do I carry that I have inherited from the people that nursed me, that nurtured me, that raised me? What is that thing that I carry? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Because we are not coming as an individual. We come from families, we inherit money, or communications pattern, we inherit values, faith, and all of those things. So, your childhood becomes your first relationship classroom. Your childhood becomes your first relationship classroom. Because it's what you observe, like I said before, is what you see happening in your home. That is what you believe as what is acceptable. Whether other people, because that's when you now start relating with other people, you see that this person have a different way or different perspective about some things that you also have a different perspective about. Because the way we are doing it in this our house is not the same way other people are doing it. And so it's what you see, what you have observed over time, determines what you believe, what you also repeat in your life and in the life of your children. Those are the things I want you to start looking at today. Because if you are not deliberate about it, it will continue to affect your relationship, even your choices in life, other areas of your life, and the ones that, I'm talking of the negative ones, for instance. So if you don't notice them and cut them off, you are definitely going to repeat it. And even your children will inherit it without you even knowing. So when it comes to the generation, the family, like what we call the genogram, is something that shows the pattern of behavior, pattern of values, pattern of roles from your grandfather to your father to you, and it continues like that. I've been able to explain this even without you seeing the pictures, that when you look through your life, you will see some aspect of your grandfather inside of it, because your father inherited it and you inherited it. So that is how these things happen. It is not that you wake up and you become who you are. No, people who gave birth to you, because there is a quote that says that the people who have the greatest influence on the life of an individual are the people that were even there. Those people who were there when the individual cannot even make a decision for themselves. You see, when you cannot even say, I want to wear a red clothes, I want to wear a blue clothes, I want to wear a green clothes, you can't even decide for yourself which school to go to, whether you want to eat akara and akamu, whether you want to eat rice. The people who were there when you can't even make this decision for yourself, they have the greatest influence over your life. The same thing, you now will have the greatest influence over your children's life, because they can't decide at that age, at that tender age. There are certain decisions you can't make for yourself. And so whether it is addiction you saw your parents practicing, whether it is marital challenges, whether it is entrepreneurship, whether it is how to serve God, whether it is divorce, whether it is financial hardship, whether it is whatever, roles, understanding of roles and responsibility, whatever it is something that is inside of you, that if you haven't deliberately found out that this thing exists, then you're definitely going to carry it to the next generation. Okay, so we can see some of the patterns that we want to preserve, and some of those ones we don't want to, because the truth is everybody wants good things. Everybody wants a family that thrives. Everybody wants to be treated well. But are you treating people well? Is your own behavior okay? Are you even self-aware? Do you even know how your own behavior affects the people around you? Do you even know? We all want people who are loyal. We all want people who are resilient. We want people who serve God, who love God, who are also living their life as children of God. We want people who are generous. Are you generous? Are you grounded in your faith? Are you resilient? Are you loyal? Can you be trusted? Those are some of the questions, some of the patterns we want to preserve. On the other side, you will see that some people are controllers. They want to be in charge. They want to dictate what happens to everyone around them. They want to blackmail you in a way that when they have issues, when they are the one that is at fault, they will blackmail you. They will give you silent treatment. They will avoid you. They will give you emotional silence, and so on and so forth. Those are some of the patterns that we need to reconsider. And I'm sure that you have some of those patterns in you. I am very sure that you have them. But you need to. Who is talking? Kindly mute. Kindly mute. Kindly mute. Thank you. I am sure that you want to look at within you to find those patterns, those unwanted patterns you want to reconsider. And then the ones that you want to preserve, yes, you want to dust them. You want to also make them, fine-tune them, and make them even stronger. So because we keep on carrying them even forward, right? So I want you to look at some cultural beliefs. Remember that we're talking about inheriting patterns, inheriting way of doing things. Some of the belief that we have, that some of us have not even questioned, is something that is in the society, something that everyone is doing and talking about, but we haven't even asked ourselves, why? Where is this belief coming from? Where is this belief coming from? Because if a belief is not working, or if a belief system is costing us is affecting some people negatively in the society, then that belief system needs to be looked at. It needs to be reviewed. You see, some of these examples, good wives endure everything. Good wife endure everything. The Bible says, like some people will tell you, yes, the wife is the one that a good wife builds a home, and then the bad one destroys it by herself. Does it now mean that it is only the wife's responsibility to build the home? Does it now mean that it's only the woman who is responsible for making the home to be what it should be? From where I am standing, from my experience, it takes two to tango. Some people will tell you that real men don't cry. So you see men, they are going through stuff. They choose to bottle up. Even your small child who is 5 years, when he wants to, they will tell him, don't be a man, be a man. Some of these believe money is the husband's responsibility. Never discuss family issues outside the home. Love means your partner should just know what is in your mind. Where are all of these beliefs coming from? Where are they coming from? Because the truth is, the society is part of us. Even our family is not, we are not existing in isolation, because people have been there before our parents. So some things keep on even, evolving. Beliefs keep on evolving. I am sure that if we want to start dwelling on this belief system, you will see that some of the truth is there are so many of us that we don't even know that we carry. They will tell you that before they will say the place of a woman is in the kitchen. Why is that belief so? The place of a man is to bring money. And so a man will not even know how old the baby is, when his baby's birthday. He won't know where the baby's room is, doesn't know where the baby's clothes are. And so the woman will not even care to support the husband with her own money. And they say love means that your partner will just read your mind. Who is a mind reader? Some of these beliefs are what I want us to be looking at, considering where you are coming from, considering your own family, considering the patterns that you have seen that have happened in your own family. What are those belief systems that you are holding on to that is likely to affect you? You know, personally, I used to think that you can't trust anybody. People cannot be trusted because family have witnessed hurt and hurt upon hurt by family. And you can imagine how far that had affected me if I start telling you. When I was younger and single, I believe that my people, I can't even marry from my place. I don't want to marry from my village, from my town, for instance. I don't want to marry from my town because I believe that they gossip a lot. That is a belief. Who said that other people don't gossip? And truly, that belief system was what I held on to and even didn't marry from my place. I didn't even marry from my state. You see, everything can be learned. Everything can be unlearned. Certain things can be unlearned. Certain things can be relearned. Communication is one of them. Imagine two families, two patterns, two future. You are coming from a family where communication is open. People can say their mind and nobody condemns them. Meanwhile, your partner is coming from places where you can't say your mind. They are afraid to say what is in their mind. You are coming from a family where you are able to share what you have, what is going on with you, and is being respected. Your partner is coming from a place where people hide their feelings, because if you say it, they will make you feel regret what you have said. You're coming from a family where problems are talked about and solved together. Meanwhile, your partner is coming from a place where problems are buried and not resolved. You're coming from a family where there are stronger bonds, healthier relationship. Your partner is coming from an emotional distance, where parents are available physically, but with their phone and TV, newspaper, work, they are not available. When you are looking at some of these patterns, it is obviously inside. It's also something you have experienced. I'm telling you that you might say, I won't bring this kind of life into my family. This is my father did, or this is my mother did. I will never live that kind of life, and I allow my friend to experience it. But you see, it takes a deliberate move for you to overcome patterns that are familiar. It takes deliberate and intentional move to overcome some of these patterns because they are familiar. They are something that you are already used to. Imagine someone who have lived with their parents like that for 20, 30 years of their life before they got married. Or people who have, maybe because before you became independent, but it is what all those things you have learned from your parents informs the way you live, even as a single. So imagine if you have gathered all of these things, and then after 30 years, this is who you are. You're not even aware. The truth is, change is possible, but you need to be aware. You need to look within. You need to know how far, what am I, what exactly is going on? What do I have inside of me? You need to look within. I am not the one that will do that for you. I am not the one that will do that for you. It is you. Your mom cannot do that. Your father cannot do that. You are the one that will do that for yourself. So, I just hope you are still hearing me and you can still see my slides. Can someone confirm? Okay. Thank you. That's good. So, By now, I'm hoping that you are going to be looking, you're asking yourself certain questions. I am sure by now you are going to be asking yourself certain questions and looking inside of you. There are certain people who you will give money, you will give 100 million. It is never enough. It is never enough. There are people who you would be kind to, but they will still sting you like a scorpion. All these are from pattern, from what they inherited, their structure in their home. If you dig, you will find out. There are people who can, no matter how kind you are to them, they would always, deal with you in a way mercilessly that you will be wondering, how? What did I ever do to deserve this? Let's talk about money for a little while. Many of us think that, when we have financial conflicts, people who come to counseling room for financial issues, when it comes to marriage, you think it's always about income. It's about how much you are earning or how much you are not earning. The truth is, just like we're talking about patterns, you are already learning about money even before you started earning your salary. Right? Whether in your family you perceive money as being scarce because everything you wanted as a child, where you were told is not is not for you, we don't have it. You start living in scarcity, but actually you see that things are available, but things are not done. You start maybe feeling that money is the only thing that when you have it, you are okay, you are secure, because you came from that family where your parents, spend the money, use money to silence everything, use money to gain admission, use money to enter every room. So you see that these things, you see them happen. They may not sit you down to tell you about it. You also might have the opportunity to witness them sitting down having that conversation with you about money, about what you can do. Do you know the son of who you are? Do you know who daughter you are? It makes you feel that money is power. That money is everything. Money is security. However, is that really the truth? When you go and ask people who have acquired it all, is money truly everything? And you see that some of these issues, whether you are generous or you are not, whether you are, some people will call it akagom, whether you are stingy or not, it is always about pattern. It is always about where you are coming from. Some of us came from where things are very, very difficult for our parents. And then we work so hard, and we're able to overcome that poverty. But we cannot even give 1 naira. We can't share that money. Before you spend 1 naira of that money, President Tinubu will come and sign the approval. It is not because this person is wicked. It is pattern. It is upbringing. So, and money is a major thing in relationship that can cause problem. So it is not about the money or the income. It is always important that we look behind to know where these things are coming from. Because if not, we keep on fighting about money. Some people married their partner without even knowing that there are debts. There are people who marry their partner without knowing that they can spend 100 million in a day. There are people without knowing until you get there. But the truth, like I said before, is that what is funding such kind of behavior, whether this person is always amassing debt, whether this person is someone who can build budget, who can plan, who also understand numbers, whether this person is someone who can spend billions in a day, it is always about where they're coming from, family beliefs, about the control, their identity, and their fears, their security. Those are the things we don't see. At this point, I want you to tell me, how was conflict handled in your home? About patterns that you have inherited, you have seen. There are so many things that I know that if we even give every one of us opportunity to start talking about, we are not going to leave this room today. Tell me, what did you learn about money? What was expected of men and women? What did love look like from where you are coming from? I would want you to drop me a message at this point. I want to read from you. How did you see conflicts handled in your home? How have you seen money being managed? From my own personal experience, I saw poverty. I saw money, managed. But one thing I also know is that when it is available, it is something that is generously spent. I want to also know, how were you able to perceive money use in your own family? Tell me about how conflicts were being handled. One of my clients told me, I'm waiting for your comments. One of my clients told me that she always see her mom, dragging her father, whenever there is need for him to bring money for the house. So she grew up seeing them always fighting about money, always quarreling about enough or not enough, or bringing or not bringing. Let me know. How was conflict handled in your home? Have you seen your parents fighting, quarreling? Have you? I learned to be frugal, and that my dad is the sole provider while growing up. You see. Some of these things can even affect. There are some people who saw their mom being the sole provider. And when they get married, even as a man, I'm talking of men now, they now expect their wives to be the sole provider. They saw their mom doing all the financial runarounds of the home. They got married to this wonderful woman who came from a family where their dad was the one and their mom planning together to solve the family problems. But this young woman now married a man who was always seeing his mom carrying the financial burden of the family. What do you expect from such? What do you expect from such family? From such couple joining together. Responsibilities was left for my mom and abandoned by my dad. You see, because we have believed that the woman is the one who is supposed to run the home. The woman is the one who is supposed to do everything. In some places, that the man is supposed to provide. Conflicts were kept away from us, the kids, but we, the kids, will feel the impact whenever there was issue. As they say, when two elephants fight, the grass beneath them feels it. I love that. That's really very, very true. Imagine. That's very true. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. The truth is, even if they kept the conflict away, like a friend was sharing with us yesterday, he said when his wife when the home is not okay, and you meet him in his office, hey God, you will know. One proprietress slapped her accountant, that is a man, because she was coming from a lot in her home. You see, so you may not be involved, but you feel the impact. Conflicts were discussed and resolved with apologies tendered, beautiful where necessary. No, I love that. Money was no problem. Popsy always provided true mom. See, had a flourishing business. We all grew taught, we were all taught business and skills. Amazing. I love that. For many of us, if you start looking deep, you will find out that we were far from it. We were very, very far from it. So those are some of the things I want you to reflect within yourself. It's not just for this conversation alone. I want you to reflect on them and be able to answer yourself sincerely, because what you saw happened. What you saw that happened, what you observed, determines what you do and what you repeat. It determines what you believe and what you repeat. Okay? All right. We move. Love is the motivation, preparation is the strategy. Do you agree with me? Will you agree with me that love is the motivation and preparation is the strategy, no matter where you are coming from? The truth is that a good woman or a good man alone cannot make a wonderful marriage. Even a good woman has inherited patterns. A good man has inherited patterns that you would not know how bad they are or how deep-rooted they are until you meet with another person. That's the truth. It's in the place of preparation that you get to understand some of the things that you didn't know and how much they have affected you. Okay? So sometimes you might be telling yourself, you might say that, okay, counselor, I've heard all the things you are saying, but it's possible that my partner may not really want to, engage in all of this discussion, all this conversation. Probably you try to invite him or her on this webinar and they are saying they are not interested. The truth is, start from you. Start from you, because the most important person that you can influence is you. The decision is for you. You make the decision for yourself. So we'll continue to improve and not say that, okay, well, because this person is not doing what is right, we are never going to engage. The truth is, many of our churches prepare couples and prepare young people for marriage. I was also a beneficiary of that preparation. But what happened? What happened was that a lot of us were not, so many things were not assessed. Certain things is just a generic kind of advice. And you see, will it help? Does it help? If it had really helped me, I won't be telling you that I went through or that we went through that emotional turmoil in that until we come to the place of realization. That is all my own personal story and my own personal experience, right? So if it had helped, really helped me, because I went through it, and then even then, you will see that sometimes I will come, my partner will not come, and nobody asks any question. But the truth is, what works with Wow. Can you still hear me? I'm so sorry. There was a glitch in network. I didn't even realize that I was off. Kindly confirm that you can still hear me. All right, thank you. I apologize for that break in transmission. It's okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was cut off. The network can be funny at times. Thank you so much. So, like I was saying, I was sharing my experience with premarital counseling in church. You see, when you're talking about preparation, it's basically about premarital counseling. It's about preparing yourself for the future. And there is no other place to do it. There is no better time to do it other than to get to understand before you enter, before you promise, before you make that promise that I will be there forever. I'm going to do it or die with you. I'm going to, for better, for worse. There is no better time to have that understanding than now before you get into it. You need to even know what you are getting into. You need to even be sure that you understand yourself, right? Before you even go into it. So the question is the premarital counseling that is organized by the church enough? Not always. At least from my own personal experience, I can tell you with my full chest that it wasn't enough for me. It wasn't enough for me. Because no one talked about my traumas, no one talked about our emotional pain, no one talked about where we are coming from and the patterns we have inherited, no one. But when you are able to engage in the right kind of, you maybe combine the church premarital and the professional premarital, you able to inherit systems, you get assessments, you also there are certain systems you need to put in place for yourself and even for your partner, okay? Because sometimes the wounds you do not heal often become the reaction you don't understand. That's just the truth. Many a times from my own personal experience, I realized that I didn't heal from a lot. It is still a journey, even till now, because it depends on the kind of experience you had as a child that would determine the kind of wound you are carrying. And when you are not able to discover it, you just come for premarital, they advise you, wife submit, husband love, and all that. And you think that's enough. Healing is a journey. It doesn't get quickly fixed. Like I told you, I am still on the journey. We are still on the journey. But the most important thing is, are you aware now? If someone had guided me from the beginning, maybe the marital wound won't have even added to the childhood wound. So you need to heal that past wound from childhood experiences, past relationships, and all of that, before you now add marital wound to it. Because I cannot even promise you that marriage is going to be all roses. But when you have systems that you have been able to put in place, you will know that it will work. So healing is a journey. It's not a quick fix. And that takes us to our next blind spot. That when you haven't healed from your past pain, when you haven't healed from all the things that had happened as a child growing up, someone like me, I love to use myself as an example because I believe that I experienced those things so that I can also use it to teach and help other people who may not have revealed their own past. Someone like me who lived with family members who crushed my self-esteem, who made me feel that I am not enough, I am a nobody, who starved me, who made me feel that, you, in fact, you are worth nothing. You need to heal. Because if you don't, it's going to affect your own relationship. It had made me not to be able to trust family members. It affected me that, in fact, I want to just be on my own. I want to do my thing. But is that the right thing? When it comes to marriage, when there is no trust, there won't be love. And you see how these things can affect you, even without you knowing. You see how these things can affect you without you knowing. So unhealed past pain, unhealed past pain, unhealed past thoughts, because emotional pain, they are not visible. Some of us have been molested, even by our loved ones. Some of us have been abused. Some of us have been, neglected. And our self-esteem have been shrunk to the least. And you haven't been able to work on yourself. You don't even believe in yourself. You throw yourself at people. You are seeking validation anyhow and anywhere. You don't even know that it's because of the past where you are coming from. Those scars may not be seen, may not be visible, may not be, it's not something that everybody can see. But the truth is, they exist. And you know, because you are the one that went through it. You are the one that carries the burden. You are the one that knows where the shoe is paining. Your partner may not understand. When you come into relationship and you start acting up and and you are always questioning every move of your partner. You start suspecting everything. You start looking at your partner will get angry, normal, without knowing that you are reacting from your past. When you cannot open up to your partner, when you cannot share your fears, your partner will be wondering, what is that? Why am I not enough? Why can't you see me? Why can't you trust me? Your partner wouldn't know that it is as a result of your past that you've not healed, because it is not a visible scar. And I know that you carry because every one of us have gone through one or two events. We have gone through life experiences that have made us to hold a belief. Like I told you, I now started thinking that family members cannot be trusted. If my uncle, if my aunt, if my cousin, my nephew can do this to me, then there is nothing like family. So those events has informed what you are believing. And it will equally now, it will now affect and result to how you react, how you behave. Like I have said, when you suspect every of your partner's move, it may not be that the person is at fault. It may be that it is you who is feeling, who is reacting from your past, from the pain of the past, the wound that you carry that has not been healed. And the truth is, sometimes it's really about attachment. It may not be abuse. Because like I said, the people who nurtured you, who have the upper hand on who you are, were the people who have the first influence on you. And you see that some of us, because of the way and manner our life has become, some parents, we have nannies, we have house help who we bring in to help so that we can hustle and make money. And some of these house help have dealt with us. And so when you talk of attachment, you're talking about how we have learned to connect. I've had a house help who, when my children does something wrong, instead of correcting them, she would quarrel and keep malice For days, she won't be talking to them. She'll be holding malice. She won't want to talk to the person. In fact, if you tell her to give this person food, it's almost like she will not, because of how she learned how to handle conflict. And she wants to transfer it to these children. Children who are innocent, who are being children. So the truth is that the early relationship influences the relationship of your today and even your tomorrow. They determine how comfortable and close or how independent you will be, how you are able to seek reassurance, how you seek validation, how you withdraw from people when there are issues to resolve. They determine how you react to stress. Trauma is real. Trauma is real because not every painful experiences actually may be trauma, but significant experiences are the ones that shape how we respond to life. You see, it may not be that everything that you experienced in the past that was painful to you really caused trauma or is traumatic for you. No, there are some significant ones that even you, when we start exploring them, you would be able to align that these ones are significant and they are the one that is influencing what you are, the choices and what relationship you are going to build afterwards. Okay? Now I want to ask you, what experiences shaped your view about love? What hurt still influences your relationship and your reactions? What fears shows up when conflict arises? And what strengths have helped you grow? Like I told you, what happened why I said I will never marry anyone from my family was because they gossiped about me. I mean, from my village, was that they gossiped about me. Terrible gossip. A few people, just 2 people, went and gossiped about me that I did this, that I did that, that I did not do. And it hurt me so much that I said, I will not marry from this town. And this town I'm talking about has 23 villages. I said, I am not going to marry from these 23 villages. I will never marry from any of them. Because I feel they are all the same. Just 2 people. You see how my experience has shaped my view about love, about relationship, about choosing who to marry? Do you see the fear I have? How it has informed me. Now, I didn't end up, I had a lot of suitors coming from my village, from my town. A lot. But I ended up saying, no. As early as JS3, I was already having suitors. JS3, yes. You know what happened when your mom or your dad is known and is known for good thing? And so whenever there is a young man that wants to get married, they will say, go to this person's house. So that was the experience. You will see that some people, even at that age of JS3, I think around 14 years or 15, were coming to ask for my hand in marriage. As a child. So you'll be asking yourself, so it's not about not having anybody coming to ask for my hand in marriage from my village. But I said, never, I won't marry because of the experience I had, that pain that I did not heal, that hurt that they dealt with me that I did not heal. So I'm asking you today, what experiences shaped your view about love? What hurts still influences your reaction? Maybe you are still feeling you are not going to do this. I don't want us to start, exploring examples, but you know what you carry. You know the fear. Probably an Igbo man has hurt you before. Maybe a Yoruba woman has dealt with you before. Maybe an Hausa woman has dealt with you before. And you said, never again. There are certain people, there are parents who will never allow their children to marry from a particular place Simply because when they had business dealings with one person from that town, the person ran with their money and they said, my child, you will not marry from this place. So you need to reflect on some of these things so that you'll be able to make informed decisions, so that you'll be able to work on your pain and heal appropriately. So we move to the next blind spot. Okay? Because if you are able to heal emotionally, there are certain things you won't be expecting from people. You won't, just like I said, it's you that will do the work. It's not me, it's not your mom, it's not your father, it's you. It's you that will, even though the pain was inflicted by your uncle, by your aunt, by your dad, by your mom, you are the one that will do the healing. You are the one that will start up the healing process for yourself. So because there are certain times when you won't know you are dealing in that relationship from the place of trauma, from the place of pain, and you are expecting too much from your partner, who is innocently even being like a victim of your traumatic experiences. You are expecting, you want them to know, read your mind, to do this, to do that. So emotionally healthy people can struggle. Emotionally healthy people can struggle when expectations remain unspoken. When your expectations remain unspoken. Now, sometimes what goes on without saying often goes on without understanding. And that is why we are talking, our third blind spot is unspoken expectations. So many people have ruined their marriages because of this. Unspoken expectations. You just want them to read your mind. You want them to know that this is what you want. Expectations are invisible agreements. You know that he should know. She should know. Does it work that way? Is there anyone who is a mind reader? No. Now I'm going to be asking you to complete these sentences. If truly your expectations are right, are from not from trauma, not from past family patterns. These are some of the things you need to discuss with your partner or with whoever, your husband or your wife, to ask yourself, when I feel most loved is actually when what does money mean to you? With all that we have been able to talk about, what does conflict does to you? And what do you expect from your partner? It is something that has to be conversed. You don't expect that when you start matching ground, bing, 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 your partner should know that, yes, so my wife is angry, even without you saying what is going on with you. You need to be able to speak it, spill it out, because no one is a mind reader. No one is a mind reader. Many people have expected their partner to know that I love suya. Many people have expected their partner to know that I love to be massaged. Well, you've not said it. You have never communicated it. How do you want them to know? That you want them to be giving you at least something. Yes, there is a place of responsibility that you know that based on your role as the husband of the house, these are certain things I need to do. As the wife of the house, these are certain things I need to do. But there are certain times when you expect people to know. They should know now. They should know now. And when they don't know, it builds resentment, it builds anger, because you expect them to know. So we have been able to talk about these three blind spots. Because if you are able to know the patterns that formed who you are, if you are able to understand some of the hurts that you still carry, if you are able to know the expectations of the things you want, which comes from the place of understanding who you are, what makes you happy and what makes you sad. Then you are able to communicate it to your partner. Then you will see that there are so many issues that will be avoided in that relationship. And that is what our instruction manual does. We help you to generate your user manual, because nobody has gone to buy, many of us have iPhone, whatever, these big phones, but we are not maximizing the use of that phone because we've not sat down to read. How do we use this thing? How does this one work? What are all the benefits? We have not sat down to do that work. We just started using. That's what happens. When we don't understand, we don't have the user manual of our partner. When you have not been able to assess yourself as an individual, understand the things that makes you happy, and be able to know how to communicate them. Because you know the manual of your partner, you know how to communicate it at the right time. And so you are not going to be expecting your partner to guess what you have not explained. So you see that your own manual plus your partner's manual will now give you what we call our shared guide. The story of the new nation you are building together as a new family, away from your parents. And we have been able to talk about these three things that makes a foundation of a solid and intentional marriage. And I believe that today you are aware, and I know that you are dealing with some of these things. You expect your boyfriend or your fiancé to know, then you haven't started. That is just a signal of the major issue that will come. Maybe you think you have learned everything today. You are aware now, you are informed. There are so many you haven't seen, you haven't heard. And that is why I'm bringing you to a transition from the place of awareness to the place of what you can now do differently for you to build that kind of marriage that you want. Remember that no one enters marriage with the intention to experience pain, to experience heartbreak, to experience divorce. Nobody. Now it is up to you. Now that I have told you, I've even shared my own experiences with you. I've told you the experiences of some people, that some couples and what they have been going through. You may not have experienced them, but those are people's reality. Just recently, a couple I know very well, they very, very well. The lady is pregnant after waiting for a long time. 3 months after, they fought. They had a terrible argument that ended up in fighting. And the husband, cursed the woman. Out of that fighting, they miscarried that child. If you told this couple that, when they were still in love and love was checking them, that you need to prepare for this marriage, right, to avoid some of these things, they won't have even valued it. They won't have understood it. They will feel that you just want to extort from them. You are speaking English. They miscarried that child. And the lady was in the hospital for days. Only God knows when another baby will come. But I pray that they will be blessed in Jesus' name. So now that you are aware, you have the choices are in your hands. Is it that you follow the road of trial and error, like many of us, before we now come to light, or you follow the road of guided preparation? Whichever one you follow is your choice, and nobody will force you. But remember that when you are knowledgeable, when you know and you understand and you put it into practice, it becomes a habit. And what happens is that transformation happens. And that transformation is what you are going to hand over to your children and even your children's children. And that is why I'm bringing to you our premarital counseling program that we call AMO. AMO is a Premarital Academy where we build marriages before the problems begin. You don't know what you are going to be avoiding for yourself. There are people who, just because their partner was answering a call and was acting like something, it caused a fight that led to somebody being murdered. There are people who, because of bringing money or not bringing money, taking care of the baby or not taking care of the baby, they had issues that separated their marriage. There are people who, just because of flushing toilets or not flushing toilets, they had issues that caused them, they have separated emotionally. They are not intimate the way they used to be. Little things that could have been avoided. And one may say, okay, this woman, you have come, Premarital Academy. My pastor, I have told you that it's okay for you to attend the one that your pastor is going to organize for you. But this Premarital Academy helps you to understand your family system. We have been able to talk about patterns, the emotional hurt and wound that you carry. It will help you to build emotional safety. You will also master healthy communications pattern and learn skills. You will align your expectations, build financial partnership, and prepare for lifelong teamwork. Because at the end of everything, what husband and wife aim to achieve is to work as a team. But what happens is that we fight each other. We work against each other. Tell me, that footballers that you know, a team of 11, if they don't understand how this person plays, number 10 play, number 2 play, how defender is supposed to defend, would you think they will be able to win their opponents? No. Marriage is about teamwork. But there is a foundation that leads to that teamwork. Okay? So, this is what Amor looks like. It's a 6 weeks program that involves three phases. Can even call it 4 phases or 5 phases, because the main one that happened within the 6 weeks is three phases. We have 3 phases, which is, the first one is Amor You, Amor Me, where you are learning about yourself, self-aware, and dealing with your own personal trauma. Amor Us is the one where we are now aligning the two of you. We are bringing you and you to know what are the belief systems that you people have, the issues you are not aligning and not compatible with. What are the personality issues you people are likely to have because of who you are and who you are not, because of your strengths and your weakness. Now, after that Amor Us, we'll now have Amor Systems, where we build systems that helps you to protect this love that you have been able to build. Now, after that, you go ahead to practicalize and execute whatever you have been taught, and there will be a post-marital checkup. After some time, we'll check up on you, maybe 6 months into the marriage or 1 year, depending on the couple and the professional. So some of the assessments that we're going to be doing, even in this Amor, like I said, is trauma assessment. You're going to be, you understand your personality, your love language, beliefs and culture alignment, because you now know the impact of belief system and culture, where you're coming from. And when we talk about belief and culture, don't just think about because you came from England and you're marrying and you are marrying an Igbo man. Culture in the family, belief in the family. So singleness assessment that helps you to check yourself on some of the things as a single person, what you need to equip yourself with before you go into marriage. Financial values assessment, user manual. You'll be able to understand the manual of dealing with your partner. You understand what, you know how they say, don't put this thing, don't expose it to too much heat. When you want the best out of this product, do this. When you want it to spoil, do this. The frequently asked questions about this person, those manual about your partner, you will know it. And we will help you to build a marital vision for your home. You have a roadmap. You understand what you are looking at. If you want to build a home that is that's a home of family where we are financial giants, we are people who love and we care, people who treat people with respect, people who any vision at all, people who inspire the world. You create a vision for your family with your partner. Based on your individual visions, we bring them together and we will be able to create your own marital vision as a new nation. And so many other benefits that Armor offers. Because when you are coming from a broken foundation, I am coming from a broken foundation, we are able to repair it. We are able to repair whatever it is that we were coming from. We will come out with a new version, a new home, okay? Because healing is very necessary. So, some of the things, like I said, that the premarital counseling in the church will offer you are this. No one is saying don't go for the church premarital. No. But because you are smart, because you are intentional, you already know the gap. You already know what is missing. And because you are in this meeting tonight, you already know what you will benefit that the church will not offer you. So you enjoy the one from the church, but go ahead and do what you need to do for your peace sake. So I want you to imagine your marriage from now. I mean, look at yourself 5 years from now. What do you see? Based on the relationship you are in, based on who you are with now, what do you see? What can you imagine? You know, I had this kind of goal when I was in the university. And then I wrote it down. I even wrote and I forgot. I had it and I forgot. 6 or 7 years after my marriage, I had even relocated from East to Abuja before I saw it in between my books. And then I saw that I was able to achieve all those things that I had imagined and envisioned. They have become my reality. So it's good. What is your own vision? Where are you seeing your family in the next 5 years? Are you seeing a happy family? Are you seeing a struggling marriage? Are you seeing an enduring marriage? I don't want you to be there. In fact, the mentioning of the sound of enduring marriage, it's something that scares me. Because when you hear stories of people who have experienced it, you will understand why it is scary. Now, some of the bonuses that Armor also offer includes relationship readiness checklist, the conversation guide, financial alignment workbook, dream team formation guide, and the exclusive family vision only for the people who will be obeying some instruction. So these are some of the bonuses and their awards. You can convert them to Naira or to any currency, depending on where you are joining and which currency that you are very familiar with. So maybe you are already planning your wedding. Maybe you already you have a date, like I saw from our responses. I am sure that you're already talking to people, vendors, venue. In Nigeria, for instance, there is no venue that is less than 500,000. No wedding dress and suit will cost you less than 400,000. It's 400 and above in Naira. There is no photographer or makeup artist together that you will pay anything less than 400,000, or decoration for your wedding venue that will cost you anything less than 800,000. Maybe there are, but I'm talking about an average beautiful wedding. An average beautiful wedding. There are so many types of wedding. You can wed silently between families. But when you talk of elaborate wedding, which many of us want, everybody, even if you do not do elaborate traditional wedding, you want to do an elaborate wedding. Many couples, most of the time, prepare for this 6 hours occasion, but they don't prepare for the forever. And that is what I am bringing I want you to take home this evening. You are here because you are in a relationship, you are engaged, you are about to get married, or you have even started marriage. Did you invest? How much time have you invested in building and in preparing for this forever? That's the question. Now, this forever where you want to enjoy happiness and fulfillment. Do you know that when marriage is not working, so many things are not working? When you are not happy in your marriage, you don't have energy to do other things. The children are frustrated. Your parents are in pain. Someone around you feels it. The people you are working with, they will feel it. This is not to scare you, but it's to let you know the reality on ground. Now, when you put all the estimated investment that you are going to make for this wedding, you will see that it is going to be in thousands of dollars. Because we want the beautiful, we want the perfect one, we want everything to be, everybody. If you have the money, you will spend it now. You will spend it. You want the preparation to be top gear. It's when you don't have the money, you start planning low key. Everybody wants to plan a wedding that will, that will be memorable, that their enemies will come and they will eat, and they will see that I'm succeeding. I finally made it. Everybody wants that marriage, that wedding. But how much intentional preparation have you invested in preparing for the life after? Or do you want to be like our pastor friend whose marriage has shattered in less than a year, who is struggling to recover his lost esteem and recover himself? It can be a lot, but it's something that can be prevented. Now, these are some of the things, the value stack on what you are going to be benefiting from Amor. Amor is going to offer you, the phase 1 is worth $80. I'm not even kidding you. Because if we are going to do it on one-on-one basis, all these things I've put in here is going to cost you nothing less than 1 million naira, nothing less. And even the post-marital will cost you nothing less when we put them together. But today, you have the opportunity to benefit from this environment because of the passion we have for you to build a home that thrives. If you want to do this, offer this assessment or this whole package for a couple, this is what is going to be costing. However, this couple can pay 700,000 for today, between today and the next 48 hours, if you want an individual one-on-one couple session. But if you would be joining us in the premarital group counseling, where we'll have nothing just but 15 couples who know that they'll be getting married between now and December or Easter next year. It is your open window to invest in your relationship. The early bird starts from now, and you can be able to enjoy it till the 21st of July. So it's up to you to know whether you want to invest 300,000 naira to prepare for a marriage that will last you forever and give you peace of mind, or you want to gamble the trial and error aspect of it and come back. What do you have to lose to think of? What do you have to lose? 300,000 naira is not even going to buy a wedding gown. It can't buy a wedding gown. It cannot buy drinks for your wedding. It cannot. But a wise person can even decide to plan a low-key wedding, but invest in this. Because I am not even trying to impress you or to coerce you, but I'm telling you the reality of things based on my own experience and the experiences of all the couples I have worked with in the past years of my experience. So from 22nd, we are going to go back to 437,830 naira. And we are only accepting 15 couples because the intensiveness of the work requires minimal number of persons for me to be able, for myself and my team to be able to work effectively and deliver on each of the couples. Because we are going to also be having one-on-one couple session even inside of this package. So I don't know what you want to lose, what you are going to be losing if you want to enroll now. You already know that this is necessary for you. That's why we have given that window for 48 hours so that you can discuss with your partner. You can try to come up with whatever. But people who knows that this is what they need are going to make that decision and save $100 for themselves. Begin planning immediately, secure their spot, because once we have 15, Mary, we are done. And if you are able to sign up today, you are getting your family vision done for you. Or you can decide whether you want your family vision done for you, or a free postmarital checkup. So that is what you are going to be deciding. Someone may ask, can we pay instrumental? Yes. And this is the plan. We will also be sharing some of these things on the group after this session. This is the plan. If you want to pay today, you are going to be paying, you want to pay on 2 instrumental, you are going to be paying 175,000 for today. And then before the program starts in September, you would have been balanced, you would have been able to balance the balance of 175,000 naira. Now, what if it is only is only me that want to join? I don't encourage one partner to be to work on this. Like I said, it is something that didn't work for me. All the couples I've worked with, I have insisted that they come with their partner, because one person cannot make it work. It must be the two of you. There are certain things you have learned that you may not even be able to share with your partner directly. The assessment that will be done both of you needs to do it. Where we are going to be checking the compatibility, we'll check. Where we are going to be checking their weaknesses, we are seeing what we are comparing, and then be able to guide both of you properly on what you can do in this weakness of this person and in the weakness of the other person. Because a healthy marriage is built by 2 people, built together, not one person. When is the next cohort? February 2027. We are proposing and hoping, right? So I don't know what you are waiting for. I don't know what you want to do next. But one thing I know is that one decision you make today can shape the future of your children and your children's children, and even generations unborn. I am hoping that you'll be imagining how your 25 years marriage anniversary would be, the peace of mind you enjoy, knowing fully well that you have invested in this today. Because if you're able to build today, you are able to shape tomorrow. I don't know if you have questions for me, but the only thing I'm telling you now is to join Armor. Join Armor and enjoy peace of mind. Join Armor and avoid gambling your life. Join Armor and have a defined system for your relationship. Now, if there are questions for me, I would want to take them in the next few minutes so that we will wrap up. If there are any questions that I have not been able to answer for you in these slides, I want you to ask them through a message so that we can be able to attend to them right now. We have a few minutes to wrap up. And thank you for staying and being here with me, listening and paying rapt attention. I love it. I love you for that. Okay? Let me know if you have any question. Let me know if you have any question.
Not really, Chris. Hi, thank you for the session. It was a great one.
Okay.
In my case, it's not really a question per se. I'm just trying to say, is it possible for us to get this slide after this call, please?
Oh, wow. Why do you want to get the slide?
Okay,
Is
I
a
would want to go through it again, if it's possible.
okay. What you would be getting is we can give you some bullets on what we have discussed, but the slide may not be necessary, right? Because it's a work tool. It's mending root work tool. Okay. But what you might even be asking for is a replay if we have, but I don't think we have a replay. I don't, we already said it that we may not have, we are not going to have a replay.
Okay, although I saw that Fly Bullet was already recording
But
earlier.
I don't know if my team are recording.
Yeah, they are.
So,
I saw Fly this thing recording earlier.
all right. So we are not promising you any replay. That's why we had been encouraging everyone to be here. So we are not certain about what we can do,
All
but
right, okay.
let's just be on the WhatsApp group. Let's see. By the time we discuss, we'll now know what next to do. All right.
All right, thank you.
Yes, yes. So any other question? Any other question? I promise that I'll be giving you something tonight for everyone that had stayed till this moment. I want you to quickly drop your email address right now, and I will share something you would really, really appreciate. Or rather, I think I can just drop the link. I think I can just drop the link. Okay, so any other question? Any other question? Quickly, let's move. Let's move. There is an account detail added there for anyone that wants to make payments today. I forgot to add it on the platform. All right, I can see your emails. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I equally want to see if I can share the link with you. Maybe you can quickly download it right now. Any other question? Any other question? Yes, yes, yes. So we can call it a night. All right. Okay. I guess there are no questions. I'm seeing emails. So this is it. I have dropped something on the message. I want you to quickly copy it and don't share it with anyone who didn't come here. If you share it with anyone that didn't come here, I will fight you. Or anyone who maybe you can share with your partner, good, but please try to work on it for yourself.
I can see
Um,
what you dropped, though.
okay,
Okay,
you've not seen it.
okay, I've seen it.
The link to download the premarital alignment checklist. Have you seen
I've
it
seen it.
now?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So, any other question? Any other question? I believe you have. I want to get feedbacks from you. How do you feel tonight? What has changed for you? What changed for you? In the next 2 minutes, let me know who is unmuting to tell us what changed for you. What new thing have you learned? What are you going to do differently? Thank you. Thank you. What changed for you? Yes? Anyone? Anyone? Yes, 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 yes. Don't tell me I don't have people who are confident and courageous and bold. Tell me what you have learned tonight. Tell me.
Um, for me, I've learned a lot tonight, and one of my major take from here is has to do with having some certain conversations early enough, and also knowing making sure some things are aligning, that love is not just enough.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, any other person? Is there any guy in this room that can tell us what they have learned?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Hi.
Thank you very much, Ma, for this section.
Thank
I
you.
really learned a lot. But
Amazing.
before this section, I'm actually
Okay.
in a talking stage with someone, and there's something he does that I do not really like.
Okay.
And I've not told him about it, but that thing gets to me all the time. And instead of telling him, I would rather talk to my friends. And I've told like two of my friends, and they kept telling me to tell him, call his attention to it. And I was like, I don't even know how to tell him because we are just in a talking stage and this relationship has not started yet. And they
Mm,
said, what if he does not know that this thing that he's doing, you do not like it? And I
okay.
said, how will he not know? He's supposed to know. So in today's section, when you said we should learn to communicate and talk to people about our fears and everything, so
Mhm.
I think I will work on that part of me.
Amazing.
Thank you very
Amazing.
much. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing. So I wish I could get one more, maybe a male, to save the male gender here. Who is going to bail the cats?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, Michael.
Yes, I have a question,
Okay.
and I would like to ask. Basically, we know that ladies have hormone changes, mood swings, and many things. Now, how do they? How is there a way that they should manage the situation to like foster better communication in relationship? Because we, as a guy, from a guy's perspective, we know that a lady's default response is nothing. What's the issue? Nothing. What's going on? Nothing. Are you okay? Yes. Talk. Are you fine? No, there's nothing. So, but as a guy that is interested, that cares, you want to know that, okay, could it be because your period is coming? Could it be because you had a bad day? Could it be
Yeah.
because I didn't send enough money? Or
Mm-hmm.
could it be because I did not come and join you in the kitchen or something?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
now it is to guys who we see it as a default that they don't communicate. Now, plus the emotions that surrounds their body system,
Yeah.
how would you advise them to manage such?
Hmm. There are so many ways to manage it, but that's not even what we are going to be discussing because you can't decide on how to. There is no general way to manage these things because we are all different. Until you understand, first of all, the personality of the person, understand, like I was talking about the manual, the user manual. This person has to be self-aware, first of all, even before hormones or not hormones. Understand what is what, who am I, and be able to communicate it. That's what is the content of the manual that we are building. And there are assessments that help you to build and generate your own personal manual, right? Because certain things that you exhibit, that you do as an individual, you don't even know why, you don't even know where it's coming from, right? So, but when you answer some questions, some psychological questions, you'll be able to pinpoint why it is happening. It may not even be hormonal. It may not even be hormonal, right? but we tend to maybe tag everything and so on. It may be something we have talked about today that has not been dealt with, a way of dealing with conflicts where she is coming from. So you see that it's not just hormonal, okay? So it is the understanding. We can't give a generic response. We don't do that. It's when you understand the individual, you would give personalized guidance or personalized advice if you have to. In counseling, we don't usually give advice. Okay? I hope I've been able to answer your question. Let me hear from Stanley, who is raising hand. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Good evening. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello, ma.
Just
Ma.
go on. I can hear you.
All right, ma. Mine is a bit controversial in terms of, I think, in terms of fear from myself and my partner. And from my own experience, I've seen my parents. Uh, my
Your line is breaking. Your line is breaking.
mama,
I can't hear you. Hello. Your line is breaking. I can't hear you, Stanley.
as family. Yes, at point. Can you hear me, ma?
I just started hearing you now. Most of what you were saying, it was breaking. Can you quickly summarize now that we are hearing you?
Okay, ma. I was trying to say that I got my own experience while I was a bit little. While I was young, my popsy was the planner. Momsy, she's also a planner, you know. Her mindset is not, but sometimes emotions, events, you know, you know, that kind of thing. Imanda, you know, who are we?
Okay. Okay.
So be
From who
extravagant.
now? From dad or from mom?
From mom, from mom. So she tends to be extravagant. So we, especially me, because I notice I'm a very sensitive person. So I tend to learn all those things. I don't know my siblings, but I picked up those things quite early. So now that we are not old enough, we are believing God for our own family. You know, my partner she's a wonderful human being. She's even here too, and I'm not saying
Amazing.
to boost up our ego, but I just want to debunk a whole lot of things that has been an issue for us. You know,
Amazing.
yeah, we've
Okay.
been trying to talk about our marriage, and a whole lot of times I get triggered, she gets triggered. There's this fear between us, you know, because of that extravagant behavior that I saw Mopsy portray. You
Yeah.
know, I tend to tell her that, hey, babe, I'll give you the kind of marriage that you want, but just give me time. We are still planning, and at a certain point, telling her that, hey, we want to move into a better accommodation, and by the grace of God, when you get pregnant, I want to get you a car. I don't want you to jump into buses from here to there. So
Yeah.
uh, uh, all of those things tend to make me say, we can let us plan now for the nearest instead of
Yeah.
kind of wedding that would that will cost us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I remember one time we had a conversation where she she made mention of families, saying you know, sisters and the rest, they don't tend to have the kind of life that they should be having. So she now told herself that I would never have this kind of marriage and something like that, you know. So
Yeah.
I can sense the fear from her, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to let her know that, hey, babe, let us plan now. If we want us to avoid that, then the planning has to start today, you know.
Yes.
So
Planning and preparation.
right now,
Planning and preparation.
but the major key there is we do not have the right tool that can kickstart us. Okay. And a whole lot of many
When you talk
people
about the right tool, what do you mean? Do you mean
um,
you can't
not
enroll for armor,
that we
or
can
you,
not that we can't tell. I think that is one because um a whole lot of premarital counseling compared to this, which is now accessible, a whole lot of
okay?
them don't. People are saying go for premarital counseling, go for, but it's all I want is not just only based on. I don't want it based on um how do I put it, a religious knowledge, but a general
Okay.
knowledge. Yes.
Yes.
So all I'm trying to say is
Yes.
all I'm trying to say is we want it based on how we can understand it, how it can be so accessible to us. And
Okay.
the most important thing is just that fear, planning ahead, getting the right tools, and just that's just it. That's just it.
You are in the right place, Stanley. You are in the right place. All I want you to do is if you can confirm that you have a good person as your partner, then the best thing you can do for someone you love is to invest in the preparation that matters. Nobody is a good man, being a good woman or a good man is not enough to make marriage to work. I think I said it in the course of presentation, right? So like you are able to discover one of those patterns you inherited, there is also the tendency that she has her own pattern that are there silently waiting for something to happen for them to be, for them to manifest. So there is no long talk. Just pay already. Just make your payment and at least secure your position. I'm sure that you would have tools that will help you assess and understand this woman better, that will help you understand yourself better, understand your strengths and weaknesses. I promise you, you will be the one to be telling people, oh wow, I didn't know such a thing existed. So trauma, to deal with those past you didn't know. Trauma, they are scars that they are not being seen, they are there. Okay? But you don't even know, some of us don't even know that they are there. That's even the most powerful thing. You don't even know you carry it. In my own case, I didn't even know I carried it until when I went for session and started, and then there are questions that will trigger you to reflect and think back. And you'll be surprised at what those information that is lying in your subconscious, how much and how big they have influenced your life, your decisions, your choices, and your relationship. Honestly. So I believe we are done here. And if you're not on the WhatsApp group, please let me know now so that I will make sure that you are there. Peradventure someone shared the link for this meeting with you and you are here. The WhatsApp group will, on the WhatsApp group, we are going to update you with all the information, with the payment details and what you need to do to be a part of Armor. Armor is anchored from Ephesians chapter 6, where you are going to get equipped as a child of God and as a secular person who is also in a relationship and wants to be married happily. So we're going to be equipping ourselves, dealing with what needs to be dealt with, and building structures and systems that would help us to be able to build a team that works, not the team that will give themselves own goal and work against each other. All right, if there are no questions, I think I have to go. We have spent 2 hours and 15 minutes. Thank you so much for joining. And if you know you enjoyed this session, go to the WhatsApp group and drop me a message, intentional there. Just go and drop me a message, intentional. Let me know, drop armor for me. Just go to the WhatsApp group and drop armor, drop intentional, just drop anything as your heart leads you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Show me some love, Biko. Show me some love, yes? Show me some love if you are still here. Beautiful. Thank you. 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 Amazing. I'm happy. So good night. Take care. Thank you so much.